Yo, welcome back to another video, boys. So today what we're going to be looking at is the infamous gold top strobe rocket. Now in this rocket in particular, you got a different design on it. This is the OG logo. Actually, the OG gold tops came with this anonymous logo right here. There's a different version where the anonymous guy is actually sticking up the middle finger, which is pretty cool. But this batch in specific, they got the OG logo on there, so that's pretty cool. Taking a look at this strobe rocket, I mean, honestly, everyone knows about it. Everyone knows what this is. Some things I can say about it is the chops are real nice. I mean, appearance-wise, look at it. It's gold. I mean, and then you got a sick, cool design right there. The gold on black really just, it's perfect. So this is a 4-inch header right here. I wish I had a tape measure, because I would really measure this. But you guys are just gonna have to trust me on this one. It's a 4-inch header. The engine at the bottom, obviously this is a Strobe engine. It's a 3-pound engine from the looks of it. Typically, if it was a 1-pound engine, it would be a lot skinnier and probably a little longer, but no, this is a 3-pound engine. For sure. And then you got the fuse right there. The fuse, I would say, is pretty long. It's long enough to step back and get to a safe distance before it goes up. Yeah, we got the stick on it already, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and measure this by the gram. We're gonna measure it by the gram. I guess we're gonna have to take away a few grams just because of the stick, but let's go ahead and place it on there and let's see how much a gold top really weighs. So in total, it looks like we're looking at 638 grams. And that's obviously everything from the stick to the engine to the header and obviously the flash inside. So one thing I won't be doing is opening up builds on this channel. That is very frowned upon in the community. So I will not be doing that. Best believe I'm not opening anybody's builds, boys. So yeah, I mean, the most I can do is obviously wait for you guys right here. But all in all, from an engine to header, you're looking at 637 grams. Let's say 630. Yeah, I don't know how much the stick would honestly weigh, but that's everything, all of it together, once you got the stick on there and everything. So yeah, pretty sick piece, honestly. Pretty sick. And I know this is not my typical video, it's not my usual video. Usually you guys are used to seeing shorts, you guys are used to seeing the reels and all that, but I figured why not go in depth on some of this product, some of the stuff that you guys are seeing. So this is the gold top in specific, real nice. If you guys see these, pick them up, boys. You guys are gonna want them, trust me. Now, something cool about the gold tops is I'm pretty sure gold tops were one of the first strobes that ever came out. So it's pretty nice that they're still around, and they're pretty sick. I believe at first it was the silver tops. If the silver tops weren't first, it was probably both at the same time. I don't know if they both came out at the same time. I think it was golds and silvers one year, and just recently there's just a whole bunch of strobes now. I feel like there's strobes everywhere. Everyone has strobes. When back then strobes used to be very rare, it was honestly luxury to have a fucking strobe. But times change. It is what it is, And yeah, I mean, it's just cool. It's cool to see that there's different kinds of strobes around now. So this is one of them, gold top, one of the very first ones that ever were pushed out. Weight wise, feeling it, honestly, pretty heavy. Let's go ahead and shake it up a little bit. I'm trying not to hit the stick on the... But yeah, you guys can hear the powder inside is pretty loaded. Would recommend, boys, like I said, grab it if you can. And one thing about strobe rockets is, you know, typically these go up in price. They go up in price as season gets closer, as the 4th gets closer. So don't wait for too long. Grab them when you can. When you see them, grab them, because you don't know when you're gonna see them again. And probably when you see them again, it might be too late, boys. It might be a different price than what you saw it the first time. So yeah, boys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little bit more in depth, just to kind of, like, I guess, explain how a strobe rocket works. I mean, from the knowledge that I have, so this is a tube right here, right? So as you can see, obviously the fuse starts there, then it goes inside of the tube. Now the fuse isn't all the way in there. It's not all the way down into the header. No. The fuse stays right here, and it probably only goes a little bit, like maybe a few centimeters into the engine, just so the engine starts up and starts going up. So obviously, once the fuse hits the engine, the inside of the engine, what's pressed in there starts flaming up, starts going off. That's when you have your whistle, your strobe fuel, all that, you know, pressed into this tube right here. And obviously, once the sequence is over, once the I guess you could say, the engine reaches the top right here, the sparks of the engine itself will light up the header and make the header go off. I mean, we're talking about flashing here. There's flash in the header, so it doesn't take much to even light it. So you can only assume that the engine will obviously light up the header. So there's no need for a fuse to go from here all the way into the header. No. If anything, that will mess up the rocket and it won't work properly. So just a little bit of knowledge. Oh, it stays right there, just enough to hit the engine, the bottom of the engine. It'll lift up, shoot up. I'm assuming there's strobe fuel in here. Obviously, it's a strobe rocket. There's strobe fuel in here. There's gonna be a whistle in there too. There's gonna be a whistle in there around the end, probably around the start and then the end as well, because there's a whistle at the end. And really nice. If you guys can grab it, go ahead and grab it. And yeah, so let's play a demo of these and enjoy. Gold top.